Good evening traders, let's speak about USD CHF. Now I already did a breakdown on this pair, however I will go through it again quickly. So here from the monthly time frame, it's pretty clear that we are facing very strong resistance given by this candle here. Now this is obviously a supply zone given by this body of this red candle, and also if you look left, this is a very major area on the chart acting as resistance and support every time the market hits it, and also doing it in a very precise way. Now we have only two fake breakouts of the zone. Now at the moment the market respected this area very aggressively, so we know that from the monthly time frame there is a lot of potential to the downside for this pair. Now let's move to the weekly time frame and see what's going on the weekly time frame, and you will see that we have some very good resistance around this area here. And when we spoke about this pair, we spoke about this pair a couple of times. The first time we spoke about this pair was after this information, the market was around this area. I told you guys the market will go there and retest the neckline. Then when the market reached this neckline, I told you guys be aware that the market is supposed to respect this neckline and now shift to the downside. And that is exactly what happened Friday. So again, at the moment, we see also from the weekly time frame that clearly the market wants to create a lower low also on the weekly time frame. So the first target would obviously be our minus 27, take it from this high to this low, because obviously if now the market pushes to the downside, this is the previous leg. So every time you want information on a leg, you need to put your Fibonacci on the previous leg. So the target will be this area here just above the minus 27 of the weekly time frame, and this is the way you're supposed to keep your charts clean. So with a target, and that's it. Now let's go on the daily time frame, because you already know in your mind that from the monthly and weekly we are bearish on the pair. Now here on the daily time frame, it's pretty clear that we got a very major rejection. Now we did have our impulse to the downside. They created a low that is lower than the previous low, so we created a lower low, and obviously we expected a lower high, because after a lower low we expect a lower high. Now we got our very strong move to the downside. At this moment while we're speaking, we have also closed below this area here on the daily time frame that, as you can see, was support around this area here and triggered this move to the upside. So at the moment, this will be the resistance area that the market is supposed to respect if the market will pull back into this area, and then we can continue to the downside. So let's move to the 4 hours and see what kind of structure we have inside that area, so to see what we can do to take this pair to the downside. Now it's pretty clear that also here on the 4 hour time frame, this is a pretty major area for this market. We have two lows around this area, and the market broke it to the downside. So what we are expecting is a pullback inside of this area, possibly even higher. Now if it was higher, it was even better. It would be even better because it would be easier and we would have a better risk to reward for sure. Anyway, this is the game plan for the pair. I want to see a pullback inside of this area, and I will then be monitoring price action on the 4 hour time frame for a push to the downside all the way to my target from this area here of price. So I want to see the market pull back into that area and then drop to my target zone. This is all for this pair, and I'll see you in the next analysis. Make sure to leave a like and a comment if you want to support my work and you want to see more videos like this one here. It only takes 5 seconds and it's much appreciated.